Hi there. All right, so we're going to work through topic 1 question, letter C. And this is a limiting reagent problem. So we've got a balanced equation here. We're told that we have 0.6 moles of this, and we've got 0.6 moles of that. So the first question is limiting reagent. So what we want to do is take each of the reactants and figure out how much of one product we can make from that. So I'm going to do that here. 0.6 moles of AlOH3, and for every 2 moles of that, I can make 1 mole of the Al2SO43. I chose that product because the second question asked about that. So that means I can make that much, 0.3 moles of that from the AlOH3. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the sulfuric acid. 3 moles of sulfuric acid makes 1 mole of the product. And so that is 0.2 moles of product that I can make from that. So I look at these, and whichever one is lower is the amount that I can make, and that reactant is my limiting reactant. So I need to make sure I'm answering the question that is asked, which is the limiting reactant. So H2SO4 is limiting. Then the second, calculate the mass produced. I'm going to go with this. I know I've already done the problem up to how many moles can be produced, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with that and then use the periodic table to figure out that 1 mole of that stuff is 342 grams, and I got 68.4 grams of the product. And then the last part, this is the one that people have the most trouble with. Let me shift my paper down a little bit. The amount of excess reactant that remains. So this is looking for how many moles of the excess reactant, AlOH3, is going to be left. And I know that that amount of excess is going to be determined by how much I had initially minus how much was used. So the initial amount is the 0.6 that I was given in the problem. And I'm going to have to do a calculation to figure out how much was used. So I'm going to do that down here. How many moles of AlOH3 are needed to make the product, which is 0.2 moles of Al2SO43. That was the maximum amount of product that was made. It used up all of the H2SO4, and it uses up some portion of the AlOH3. So I'm calculating what portion of the AlOH3 it took. So from the balanced equation, I know that 1 mole of that Al2SO43 required 2 moles of AlOH3. So that's 0.4 that was used for that. So I'm going to say my initial amount was 0.6 moles. The amount used is 0.4 moles. So the amount that I have in excess left over at the end of this is 0.2 moles of AlOH3. Hope this helps.